So for assignment 2, Solar System Vacation, I've decided on Mars as my destination. Mars is commonly referred to as the red planet of our solar system, has a relatively short travel time to get to it compared to other planets, has very hostile weather, a low gravity, which can be a pro and a con, and has the greatest chance of habitability out of all planets in our system. Mars is the fourth planet in the solar system between Earth and Jupiter, is named after the Roman god of war, and is red because of the iron oxide present on its surface. It also boasts a very thin carbon dioxide atmosphere, which we'll get into later. Traveling to Mars has its own complications. It is 55 million kilometers away, which causes roughly a minimum of 260 days travel time at peak efficiency that we can attain right now. With increased research into new travel methods, this travel time can be reduced. The three proposed methods are magnetic, more specifically the variable specific impulse magnetoplasma rocket, which uses radio waves to superheat ionized gas into plasma to use as a propellant, nuclear, that more means refine our current technologies to make nuclear power more efficient and viable for traveling far long distances, and antimatter, which is a theoretical technology given to us by Albert Einstein's famous equation E equals mc squared that proposes using antimatter combined with matter to create pure energy. Now the weather on Mars is very inhospitable. There's a thin carbon dioxide atmosphere, as referenced before, which is 100 times thinner than Earth's. This combined with Mars' relatively long distance away from the Sun causes the planet's surface to have an average temperature of negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Very cold. It also boasts the largest dust storms in the solar system, often blanketing huge patches of the surface with dust and blocking out effectively the sun completely for long stretches of time. 6 companies have been tasked by NASA to solve this problem. They are Bigelow Aerospace, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Orbital ATX, Sierra Nevada Corporation's Space Systems, and NanoRacks. All these companies have been tasked to create self-sufficient habitats that can sustain humans for long periods of time without any assistance from Earth. Now, gravity also creates an issue when living on Mars. It is 38% of the power of Earth, which means you'd be 38 pounds on Mars if you're 100 pounds on Earth. This can cause you to lose muscle and bone mass, as well as blood volume. Now, losing muscle mass and blood volume can lead to heart problems, but these issues can be easily resolved by reintroducing gravity. Now, the difference is bone mass. Bone mass is very hard to recuperate, and our astronauts that come back from the ISS, just depending on how long they've gone, they can take 1 to 3 years to recover their just a moderate amount of bone mass. This is why we need artificial gravity on Mars. So NASA proposed and built the SRC, or short radius centrifuge. This would administer gravity like a drug to its occupants in short bursts but in large doses. This can help counteract the effects of microgravity or no gravity, and so that humans can live and sustain a long life in these environments. So, like previously mentioned, there are many challenges such as low gravity and hostile atmosphere, which can dissuade people from making a trek to Mars. But Mars contains plenty of ice that can be used for oxygen generation, which is a big plus since there's no oxygen in the atmosphere that we can breathe. The planet also has evidence that it was habitable before, which is a big plus. But due to the poor protection of the atmosphere from solar winds, and combined with the fact there's no active volcanoes, that means life was probably easily killed off and not easily generated from the environment. So, why go to Mars? A couple reasons for going to Mars is, one, it's to search for new possible life that previous landers couldn't find. Landers such as the Viking landers or Curiosity were not equipped to detect life forms that humans recently discovered that are called extremophiles that live in very extreme environments, hence the name. And these landers weren't really equipped to discover and study these organisms because at the time we did not know about them. Researching new technologies to survive on Mars could also benefit Earth. The development of the CAT scan, which has saved countless lives, was developed by NASA in when developing a possible methods and technologies to aid spaceflight for humans. Also, due to events usually seen in movies, such as a rogue asteroid or a comet hitting and destroying the Earth, which is a very real possibility that our early detection systems aren't really equipped to cover. Moving to Mars or expanding human species to Mars can also ensure the continuation of our species overall. And the last reason is just good old-fashioned curiosity. What can we achieve? What can we find? This could be the next great step in human discovery. We won't know until we get there.